Welcome back to AM Northwest. A special workshop is helping local veterans coping with PTSD process their service experiences while giving family and community members a unique insight into their challenges. We welcome, to share more, we welcome the founder of the Patton Veterans Project. Ben Patton is with me. I think this is really, really neat what you're doing.
So do I. That's why I do it.
Yeah, I mean, so let's talk about this. You have a military background. Is that how this all kind of surfaced?
I would guess so. I mean, I didn't ultimately choose the military, though I thought about it for most of my childhood, but I'm delighted that my family history's kind of circled back from my grandfather and my grandfathers and my father, who all served, and now we're focusing on helping veterans in a different way.
Yeah, I mean, your grandfather was General George Patton, so many people have heard about him, and he probably has really inspired your life and your work.
Yeah, I think both of them have. I mean, I would have to be honest and say my hero was my father, who was a major general, perhaps less famous, but equally audacious, shall we say, and just as well known for taking care of his soldiers. So as I said, I think we're doing that in a different way. We're helping them come back from war. And through this new opportunity, which has been made possible by Comcast, we're able to do a workshop here in the area and really help some local veterans.
Yeah, let's talk about this project, because you hold the workshop and you create films. Talk about that.
Well, there are a lot of things that servicemen and women experience, typically in combat, but in garrison it could be everything from losing a friend, losing an arm, a battle buddy, or a military sexual trauma that you just can't speak about in a conventional way. And the idea is that perhaps, while that's true, perhaps you could make a film about it, and perhaps you could use metaphor and subtext and symbols and all the tools of the filmmaker to articulate or express something that happened to you or you were a part of that you just don't really want to talk about. And it's kind of like, here, show my movie and it will explain it to you. And that process, which involves collaboration, it involves empowerment and a sense of agency, a sense of I get to tell my story on my terms. And that, we believe, and we've proven actually, can help these veterans process the grief and other emotions that they've experienced.
Yeah, talk about that, the results of doing these workshops, because it's also led to healing.
Well, it has, and we just finished a clinical study in partnership with a VA hospital that shows that it actually does reduce post-traumatic stress symptoms, and it also has a strong and lasting impact on audiences that see that. And those audiences include the veterans themselves. So we're going to have a unique opportunity this weekend to host a workshop with maybe 16 veterans coming to make films in small groups. And these would be films that are 2, 3, 4 minutes long over the course of the weekend. And then they will come back 2 or 3 weeks later at the Portland Film Festival on I think it's on October 20th. And be able to share those films and show those films. And what you will see, and what we always experience, is a process where they become increasingly comfortable with those stories and with telling those stories.
And I love what it does for the audience. I have had family in the military, and sometimes you can't hear the stories directly from them. You don't know the right questions to ask. You don't really hear what you want to hear or know what to say or do. And then these stories can help you actually see what the life has been like, what people are struggling with.
Exactly, and I think everyone really, it's a human quality to be storytellers. I think we all have a desire to be understood, and it's just a question of finding the right setting and the right tools to help them find that audience and find that way of communicating. I think that's what we're doing here, and I think it's going to be a wonderful experience for the veterans, but it's also going to be wonderful for folks like you and me that are civilians to really understand them through this shared context of film, which we all kind of have a relationship with.
You get to work one-on-one with these veterans. What has the response been like, and what has that felt like for you?
It's extraordinary. I mean, I do feel that I have a general on one shoulder and a general on the other shoulder whenever I'm doing this. And both of them, actually, both my dad and my grandfather were filmmakers. They carried camera with them throughout their wars, and so it does feel very affirming. As I said, we've taught our servicemen and women a lot about going to war, but I don't think we spend as much time bringing them back and transitioning to the rest of their lives. And hopefully I can pick up the ball where they left off and do some of that.
You are doing that. Thank you so much. And again, we want to let people know that the short films that the veterans make this weekend will be screened at the Portland Film Festival on Sunday, October 20th at the High-Low Hotel in downtown Portland. For more information, head to our website, kat.com. Even about the workshop today, head to our website. We'll have information there. Thank you so much. Wonderful what you're doing.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.